10,
9, 8,
7,
6, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
Hey, everyone. Hello. We are live right now. We're also trying to go live on Instagram. Not sure if that's working, but hopefully it is. I don't know. Oh, look at that. Okay, it is working. Excellent. Cool. All right, everyone. All right, Skywalkers. Well, we are here. Oh, wow. Welcome. We got Glenn here today.
Pierre Kelly's in the house.
Pierre Kelly. Excellent. Anybody else joining us? Let us know. I'll see if I can find comments on Instagram here. I think I have to go to a different place to see those comments.
We're trying something new since we can't do it on Twitter anymore.
On X. Yeah, X is weird. Oh, say hello to Julie.
Hey, Julie. Long time no see you in the Sky Chat.
Yeah. Let's see.
All right, wow. We have got a week coming up. This coming week, we're not going to just... Oh, your dad's here too. We're not going to just have one episode. We're going to have 2 episodes.
Oh,
we'll
wow.
go into that in just a couple of seconds.
Yes. Oh, doing dishes. Excellent. We love when people multitask when they're listening, watching to us.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad. Excellent. Yeah, if you are here on Instagram, comment. I want to see if I get comments here. Don't think I do, but yeah, let us know. All right. So we have some things that we are going to cover tonight, including we are very much looking forward to Deadpool and Wolverine. And so that's one of the things we're going to discuss. I've seen 40 minutes of it. The first 40 minutes.
There'll be no spoilers.
No spoilers. Yeah, no spoilers. Also went to the press conference. So there's some fun stuff to share there. In fact, Richard, why don't you talk to them a minute? I'm going to see if I can find something.
All right. And now tomorrow we're going to see not just 40 minutes of Deadpool and Wolverine, but the whole kit and caboodle, the whole film.
Yes.
We'll be having a breakdown of that very, very soon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we had to have 2 episodes of The Acolyte coming out this week. Because after that, it's all going to be about Deadpool and Comic-Con.
And Comic-Con. We are so excited about Comic-Con.
We're expecting to get a whole lot of stuff from Comic-Con this coming weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we going to see there? We're going to see Julie and James.
Yeah.
And who else will be coming to a Comic-Con? We'll be having a couple of our panels, which we've gone over quite a few times, but can't talk about them enough. And the Midsummer Scream Convention. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah,
2 big conventions.
Yeah,
which is so exciting.
Yes, it is. Yay!
All righty, so
yes,
what are we waiting for now?
Oh, I am just making sure. So what I want to do, what should we start with first? Should we start with some Deadpool and Wolverine stuff, or where did I put those notes? Oh, you know what? They're over here.
All right. Well, let's start with some episode stuff.
Okay.
And then we'll go into
tell us what's coming up this week, Richard.
I can't.
What? Why not?
We didn't start our theme yet.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry. That is my bad.
I was trying to buy time while you were doing whatever you were doing.
That is
but I could go into what we're going to talk about.
I know. Okay. Are we ready?
Play that and then go back to your notes.
Okay. Ready, everyone?
Here we are this week on Things We Want to Share.
Things we want to share. Things we want to share. Things we want to share.
Yay!
All right, our 23rd episode this week of July the 22nd, 2024.
Yeah.
Now, like I was saying before we started, is that this week we're going to have 2 episodes on The Acolyte. The first episode, we have our good friend D Tails joining us once again. And D, he was in The Acolyte and he played Senator Chewant, who we saw in a hologram, and he was talking to Vanessa Rowe in episode 6. And then he came back as a full-fledged being around the big conference table at the very end of the episode. We saw Senator Chewant there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have him on the first episode, number 474, when he tells us all about being on set and talking about the actual episode itself and the fact that the Beastie Boys are now, I guess, part of Star Wars adjacent canon. I just finished editing that episode, so I have got all these Beastie Boys songs stuck in my head. I've heard more Beastie Boys in the last day I've ever heard in my life.
Yes.
Got any Beastie Boy fans in the Sky Chat?
Okay, so we do have some comments from Instagram. I can't put them on the screen, but just want to say the Pixie Dusted Traveler has been joining us, and that we're very excited. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Richard. Can't wait to see you soon, because they took advantage of our Patreon offer to go to Comic-Con.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Oh,
yeah, can't wait to see all these new Skywalkers.
Yeah. Dad's now on Instagram. We've got AF Studio Productions. Oh my God, you guys are such a cute couple. Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's very sweet.
All right, so that was episode 474. We're gonna have our good friend Details, and I can't say Details without saying our good friend. We really, when you just hit it off with people, you hit it off with D. Then a day or maybe a day or two later, we're gonna have a full breakdown and review of the Acolyte series, or season. And Mike is all caught up on the High Republic book initiative. So he knows more than we do about that. So it was a really fun discussion talking to him about it, because like we were saying earlier, that our minds kind of opened up to different possibilities and different viewpoints.
Yes, we're so looking forward to
that. Got to talk things through about what we want to see, if there's a potential season 2, about the cameos, and we should probably put something up on that episode that says spoiler. We do talk about those cameos, like we don't already all know who they are.
We didn't put any spoiler alerts on that episode. Whoops.
But we will.
Yeah, we will.
We can do it in post.
Yeah, I guess we could do it in post. I was like, we didn't call them out. Yeah.
But we will, with the Rob Dellinger spoiler alert of freedom. So we're looking forward to this. Is going to be a very, very busy week, and we're going to put these out because as of Wednesday, we're going to be covering Comic-Con.
So check out probably our Instagram a lot for some reels.
Facebook, YouTube.
We'll try to post whatever we can. I'm gonna go to a couple music panels, one with Michael Giacchino and the composer of The Acolyte, Michael Abels, as well as a bunch of other composers, which I'm excited to check out. The Her Universe fashion show, gonna be covering that.
I'll be covering the Planet of the Apes visual effects panel on Thursday,
and probably look for a video of the Planet of the Apes walkthrough or whatever it's going to be. It's like it's an experience.
Enter the Forbidden Zone.
So
I'm guessing it's like you see a little like a timeline going from the original films through the Tim Burton film up to the recent Planet of the Apes films, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes.
And then on Friday we have our panels at 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. Extremely excited about those, and we're gonna record those.
Yes, we're gonna record those. Now, we might not share the entire trivia panel because we don't want to give away all our trivia answers, right?
Yeah, but each time we go, we always end up changing things up. But we'll do like we did before.
Yeah,
it was a 60-minute panel. We cut it down to 15 minutes.
Yes. Oh, okay. Pixie Dusted Travelers asking, when is the Her Universe fashion show? That is Thursday evening. Stay tuned to the Her Universe account because they will say when you can get your wristbands. So on Thursday, did I say Tuesday or Thursday? It's Thursday evening. On Thursday morning, I believe you can try to get wristbands from the Marriott. So just stay tuned to the Her Universe Instagram about that. Okay. Yeah, there's some hasta luego. Okay. Yes, we love Star Wars. Yay. Okay.
So that's what's going on this week for Skywalking Through Neverland.
Yes.
And then we got a whole lot of Deadpool and Wolverine stuff coming up.
Yes, we do. So you know what? I'm just going to put on this thing and we're going to talk about it a little bit.
But
no spoilers.
Again, no spoilers. So are we all looking forward to Deadpool and Wolverine? I'm glad they waited so long to put this out. when was the last MCU film was back in November with the Marvels.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think this is the
Yes, this is the first
Is this
one.
the only MCU film this year? I think
Only
it
one,
is.
only one, yeah.
Because they slowed down, which I'm fine with. So
Yeah, we needed a chance to want
yes,
it.
Yes.
Whereas before it was like expected, now we want it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna kind of give you a what you need to know before watching Deadpool and Wolverine. Because as we know now, there are, I don't know, 30 MCU films at this point.
Is this the 27th? I think this is the 27th.
Is it the 27th?
MCU
Okay.
film.
And Disney Plus series and things like that.
And now we're over 50.
Yeah, exactly. So I've seen the first 40 minutes of footage. Now, all it really did was show the characters' motivations and maybe place us in the world. And so I think that's good information to know. Like,
I love going into a movie with that knowledge.
Yes. So first of all, one of the things you need to know is how many people here have seen Deadpool 1 and 2? It's good to have kind of a knowledge of what happens at least in those films, even if you don't have time to watch them. Just know that Deadpool, he discovered he had stage 4 cancer. He went through experiments and he came out with basically eternal life and an ability to heal, right? But he has horrible disfigurement to his skin. And that's what happened. So that's why he created that suit, which looks really cool. I mean, what an awesome Deadpool suit,
it's like
right?
An Anakin Vader story.
Yes. And then in Deadpool 2, and he also fell in love with his girlfriend.
Girl from
Morena Baccarin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Firefly girl.
Yeah. And so then she died. And then in Deadpool 2, he basically brought her back from the dead. And that's what happened, making friends along the way. So those are some information you need to know. And Deadpool's whole shtick, if you've ever read the comics or know the character, he is very R-rated. He's very sexual. This is the first R-rated MCU film. You will see that. But as Ryan Reynolds mentioned in the press conference, and he is a producer on the film, and he helped write it, he said this is the most wholesome R-rated film you will ever watch. And his reasoning for that, oh, Vanessa, thank you. Mark is joining us in. Mark Kugler, welcome. Vanessa is her name, the girlfriend.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yes. So the reason for the wholesomeness of the R rating is that every joke, innuendo thing has a purpose and a meaning. It's not there for gratuitousness. If that makes sense. It's there to illustrate the character and the character points. And if you think about it, Wolverine is also not the most wholesome character either. He does a lot of swearing. He kind of has a bad attitude sometimes. Like, that's kind of what you love about Wolverine.
And he smokes.
And
you can swear up a storm like a sailor, but once you start putting that cigarette or cigar in your mouth,
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. So Running Mouse 64 on Instagram says, nope,
wholesome.
Have not seen any Deadpool. Yeah, that's basically what you need to know about Deadpool. Wholesome, R-rated. Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his way of saying we've Disney-fied the R rating.
Yes, and he makes a lot of sex jokes. I don't know if Deadpool's bi, but he certainly seemed that way in the 40 minutes of footage that we watched.
I think he does that for shock value.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right, but it was pretty funny.
Unless there's a couple of scenes with he and Wolverine that we haven't seen yet, but
yeah, okay. Anyway, you guys have to watch that. All right, now also stuff you need to know, or it would be helpful if you knew, is the Loki series and some of the things involved in that. So if you know the Loki series, Loki was taken in by the TVA, which is the Time Variance Authority. And you need to know about them. So the Time Variance Authority, what they do is they sit outside time and they protect the sacred timeline. And so that's what the TVA does. Oh, go ahead. Oh, Michael Corbett. Okay, welcome, Michael Corbett.
Oh, hey, Michael.
Yeah. Okay, so the TVA, that's what it does. Like, Loki got involved with them. You don't need to know Loki's story. You just need to know about the TVA. And so they protect the sacred timeline by going to various places where a branching timeline starts to happen, and they prune people. And what pruning does is they take these little sticks and they poke you, and you like disappear out of existence. But where it actually puts you is in the void. And this is a place where this big beast, Eliath, comes and sucks you up, and then you're dead. And your regular self that's supposed to exist on the sacred timeline still exists, but the one that went off into the branching timeline doesn't exist anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got it.
All right, good. All right. Oh, he's not bi. Okay, well, that's okay. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. It's all about shock value with Deadpool.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what you need to know, because a lot of Deadpool and Wolverine will take place in the void.
Yeah, a few years ago, they had released a PG Deadpool.
Oh.
They had taken out all the R-rated stuff. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
And you never will again.
Okay.
Because it just, I think it made like $28 at the box office.
Oh, no.
Because
that's
no
the whole
one
thing.
wants to see a PG Deadpool. That's not what he is.
Okay. All right, Dad liked the great explanation of Loki. Okay, good. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know about Loki. You just need to know about that TVA business.
Okay.
All right. So
Yeah, that's good to know going in.
It's very good to know.
Because if I didn't know that and I sat down and watched the movie, all of a sudden they talk about the TVA, I'm thinking, oh boy, okay, hold on. What is this again?
Yes.
Okay, it was in Loki. They pull people and now different. They want to prune timelines and okay, what is this?
Right.
So now going in, now your mind can be caught up.
Exactly. And pruning is like a big stick that just makes you disappear.
Christmas Deadpool.
Oh, wow.
Was that the PG?
Is that what it's called?
Version? Deadpool. That's funny.
Okay. All right. So that's that. And Eliath, again, we have seen that in some trailers. Of
in the Deadpool trailers?
Yeah, a new one that just came out like yesterday that was going through Wolverine's motivations.
And Eliath is the big smoke creature.
Yeah.
Like mist.
Yeah, it looks it's so cool. I love Eliath. Is that how Eliath? That's how I say it.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mom has joined us. Okay, cool. Hi. All right. So that's part of what you need to know. Also, we're gonna deal with Wolverine in this film, right? So if anyone knows Logan, you know that the Wolverine in our universe has died, right? He sacrificed himself. It was this big, giant movie, and Hugh Jackman announced that I am no longer doing Wolverine.
So can I make a prediction that is not going to be true whatsoever?
Absolutely.
I think we're going to go into a separate alternate universe.
Okay.
Where we see Wanda, the Scarlet Witch. She brings Wolverine into this timeline the way she did with her brother Pietro in WandaVision, because she's pulling people from the 20th Century Fox alternate universe into our universe. I'm sure that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But that would make a whole lot of sense and tie things together.
That would.
And I know you'd be very happy that we would see Wanda again in her truest form. And the one that died in, what was it? Multiverse of Madness?
Yes.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another Wanda. That's It's another Wanda. That's a good Wanda. She's going to bring Wolverine back.
Okay. So so in the Logan movie, Wolverine dies. He actually dies. This character that's supposed to live forever dies. And they address that right away. Just FYI, address it right away.
Okay.
Okay. So also the X-23 character, who is played by, what's her name? In Logan, it's the Daphne Keene is supposedly going to return in this film. At least I've seen her in a trailer.
And this is not a spoiler because it was in the trailer and it's everywhere. Yeah. But you know what? I just put it together that she was in Logan.
Yeah.
When I saw her name in the credits and IMDb,
yeah, I
thought, oh, look, Daphne Keene is in this movie. Without thinking. Of course she could be.
Yeah. Okay. Also, Matthew McFadden, and if anyone has seen Succession,
oh yeah,
you know that Matthew McFadden
was the brother-in-law.
He was the brother. He was Tom, right?
Yes, Tom. Was always worried that no one's paying attention to him.
Yeah, poor Tom. Well, he's a character in the TVA, and he will deal with Deadpool in the TVA.
We saw him in the trailer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he is called Mr. Paradox That's his name in the TVA. And he basically has a job for Loki. I mean, not Loki, for Deadpool. He has a job for Deadpool. And yeah. So Deadpool has some very clear motivations in this film. Wolverine also has some very clear motivations. There will be a little multiverse thing just because with Logan dead.
Yeah.
And
we
need a new
that's
Wolverine.
the only way to bring him back
Yes.
is to delve into the multiverse.
Yes.
But,
so the Wolverine we get in this film has a very clear motivation as well. He is very downtrodden, very like he basically ruined his universe.
And not knowing anything about it myself, I'm sure they'll deal with the TV in the first like 5 minutes of the film. This is why Logan is here. Now let's move on.
Well, yeah.
Once again, I don't know. Sarah knows more than I do.
Yes.
But I'm sure because there's a lot of flack about the whole multiverse. Can we just get back to one universe?
Yeah.
Whole multiverse just messes things up because people die and they can come right back.
Mm-hmm.
But this, with Deadpool and Wolverine, I think it's working for us because that's the only way we can bring back Wolverine.
Exactly. Yes, it is working for us. Now, also one thing you need to know is that Deadpool, they break the fourth wall like all the time. If you saw that first trailer, you know that Deadpool even made a reference. He looked like right at the camera and said, "Oh, not Disney." You know,
Yeah.
like he makes these little references. It happens all the time. What I would suggest going into this movie is have some espresso first. So you're like wide awake and ready to take in all the references because they just come fast and furious. There's some cracks about just what's happened with 20th Century Fox being taken over by Disney, like all these kind of things. All these things, how Deadpool is an R rating, but they can't say certain things, but they do mention them, or they can't show certain things.
Right.
Yeah, so it's
I don't think Disney said they can't do is any cocaine use.
Yeah.
Where did I hear that? I'm not really sure. Now, for people in the Sky Chat on Instagram, you don't consider these spoilers, right? This is stuff we've heard in the trailers. And stuff we've seen in articles.
Yeah.
So I can't spoil anything because I haven't seen anything.
No, you haven't.
And Sarah's being very careful with her notes not to spoil anything.
Yeah, I could say more, but I told you some things, but I won't tell you guys because you like to hear more spoilers as to where the story are going.
We just want to check and make sure.
So far, we are good.
Okay, we are good.
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right, so now I want to share with you some really cool stuff. Like one of the things we love is the press conference things where we get some behind the scenes info about the film. Once again, no spoilers, but I clipped out this discussion between Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds talking about working together. So everyone have a listen to this.
And Hugh, what did making this film teach you about each other that you did not know before going into it?
I want to really speak to the side of Ryan as a writer and as a producer. I did know these things. I have obviously been around Ryan with writing, and I've been around him and seen him as producer, but not in a film with him as a producer or in a film with him as a writer. And it's the generosity of both, I think. There is, he's all over it. There's a lot of actors who have producer written after them in titles, and I'm like, not so much. Probably including myself in a couple of occasions. But with Ryan, it is 100%. He and Sean led from the front in every way. And what Matthew said is true. They created an atmosphere that was simultaneously free, fun, playful, but also everyone expecting and helping each other to be at their best. And that's a really fine line to balance. And also as a writer, his generosity in being able to, I think, somehow look after everybody else's character even more than his own. And being involved a little bit with edits and cuts, seeing how he will sacrifice even great moments for his character for the betterment of the movie. And that kind of generosity he can't speak to because he'll self-deprecate and undercut, and I can speak to it.
Well, most of what I've learned about Hugh just happened right now. That was incredibly generous and kind, and thank you. I've known Hugh for a long time. My first experience with a proper big-ass movie star was Hugh Jackman in 2008 on
Mr. Hugh Jackman.
Mr. Hugh Jackman. So yeah, Harold Johnson or Jackson, however you pronounce it. was he was the Wolverine. I mean, he was I stepped onto that set on X-Men Origins Wolverine, which was during a really tough time. It was not unlike this year where we had a writer's strike, so very hard to make a movie in the midst of that. And I watched him as a leader, as a human being, lead with kindness and class. And I remember I had a moment where I felt like I could have done a scene better. At the end of the day, everyone was kind of ready to go home. And Hugh just fired up the set, had all the lights turned back on. Everyone was zipping their costumes back up, and he gave me one more crack at it. And I just remember thinking, God, if I'm ever even orbiting anywhere near that guy's footprint, I hope I'm something even remotely resembling his level of class and kindness and professionalism. And now being up close and personal and getting this experience with him, I had a front row seat to a guy that what I got to see day in and day out with a person with that kind of control over his voice and his body, and because this movie is incredibly physical for him, and seeing a person who's cumulatively acquired a lifetime of choreography, learning, unlearning, and relearning all of these different things, controlling his voice, Broadway, all those things, all of that being ultra applicable to the most kind of aggressive, violent character in the MCU was so interesting to me. And having that just being a foot away from his eyes and the kind of clarity that he had as this character and as a human being, it was really enlightening. And it was something that this isn't hyperbole. It was a privilege that I not once took for granted.
All right.
Isn't that sweet?
That's very sweet. I forgot about them working together in
Origins.
X-Men Origins. Right. When Ryan Reynolds was he Gambit? Was he?
No, he was Deadpool, but it was a weird Deadpool with the no mouth thing.
Yeah. Gambit, that's a whole different character.
Yeah, it's a whole different character.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
that skinned over mouth.
Yeah, the skinned over mouth, like Deadpool. Oh, you talk too much. Done. Skinned over mouth. And yeah, it was terrible. It was like a terrible representation. But Julie is saying friendship goals. Love how they support and praise each other so genuinely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's. I mean, I just think that's so sweet, and just knowing that behind the scenes they were supporting each other so much really makes me want to watch this movie.
And this just shows you a little bit of what we have going on over there on Instagram.
Yes.
We have so many more clips coming your way from that press event.
Yeah, I'm going to try to show you one more. I'm not sure which one it is. Let's see. We're going to do
one more clip.
This one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One more clip if I can. So let me share this one. And yeah, I'm going to be sharing little bits of the press conference on Shorts, YouTube Shorts, and on Instagram.
What's the theme of this next clip?
You know what? I think the name doesn't necessarily reflect what it is. So give me a second. Oh, I also have to say, now he mentioned, Ryan Reynolds mentioned that Hugh Jackman has control over his body, including his voice. Yes, Hugh Jackman can sing. If you've ever seen Oklahoma, like I think a 1999 version, he plays Curly, and he's like better than the 1950s version of Oklahoma that came out.
That was a Baz Luhrmann film, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
I think it was.
Really? I think it was just like it was on a stage, and it was recorded from the stage.
I was thinking of Australia.
But it's it's fantastic. He plays the best Curly ever. Well, also, he was in The Greatest Showman. Hugh Jackman helped produce that film. And one of the tracks, the Deadpool and Wolverine soundtrack that was released, like they released the track list, one of the tracks is The Greatest Show from The Greatest Showman, where Hugh Jackman sings on it, and he's playing Wolverine. Like, I am so freaking out.
There's another multiverse right there.
Yes, I am so freaking out about that. He was in Les Mis as Mark mentions. Yeah, it's so fun. So I'm so excited to see whatever scene that is, because right now I've seen the scene where it's bye 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 bye. You know the song by NSYNC.
Bye bye bye.
Yeah, bye bye bye. That one.
That'd be so funny. They pulled some kind of an alternate universe reference when they play that.
Yeah. There's an episode of Press Your Luck that's in honor of Wolverine and Deadpool.
What's Press Your Luck?
I
It's
don't.
an
It's
old
an
game
old game
show.
show that airs reruns on Buzzer.
No.
Okay, thank you, Pierre. Awesome. All right, and then also Pixie Dusted Traveler. They're the best. Ryan and Hugh Jackman. I love their friendship. That was his fire starter. He said, for wanting to do Deadpool justice after that small part in Origins. Yes. In fact, I think this is the. I'm going to bring one more of these, a little short here. Oh, okay. This is director Sean Levy talking about the film.
Well, I think I got really lucky. I got really, really lucky because I got to be the first filmmaker to put this duo together on screen. And I also got to do it. I mean, I think the MCU is always at its best when it is giving us something that we don't expect. And under this banner, you have the capacity for a Ragnarok to sit alongside a Black Panther and an Iron Man. And this ability to surprise us is the MCU at its best. And we had an opportunity collectively to do the first R-rated MCU movie and the first pairing of Deadpool and Wolverine. So built into this opportunity was the chance to surprise and to do something new and unexpected.
There you go. Also, Mom says, I loved Hugh Jackman in Les Mis, especially Bring Him Home. That song gets me every time. Oh. All right, so...
He said he was the first one to bring these two together. Sean Levy just said he was the first one to bring these two together.
In this iteration, I think, in the MCU.
Okay.
The first in the MCU he's talking about.
Right now, Matthew Vaughn's like, hey, did you not see X-Men Origins?
Right. No, he meant the first in the MCU. That's his whole
Okay,
thing. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
And the first R-rated MCU, yeah. And they utilize that R rating, let me tell you, in the first 40 minutes. Like, if you, I mean, it's graphic violence, but it's cartoony graphic violence. I still had to like cover my eyes for some of it.
Oh, even in the first,
because I'm a girl, you know, I can't.
I don't like
a lot
blood
of
and
that.
gore either.
Yeah, but it is cartoony. It's just, just FYI. Even the opening scene.
Good to know. I'm sure Disney was at a crossroads. Like, do we bring one of the biggest franchises into the MCU when the MCU really needs a facelift?
Mm-hmm.
But we're Disney. What do we do?
Yeah.
Let's put it under Touchstone. That'll solve everything.
There you go. Like the 80s and 90s.
Let's start up Touchstone again. And we'll redo Splash.
So, okay, I have a question for everyone. Who is planning on seeing this in the theater? Anyone planning on seeing this in the theater? Let us know.
Especially opening weekend.
Touchstone, the good old days, says Pixie Dusted Traveler. Disney needs money badly. Yes, they reference this in the film. Again, like, no, if you know your entertainment news, this film like just hits all the points. It's really funny. Let's see. Glenn has a ticket for Thursday. That is excellent. Let's see. What else do we have here?
Right now, Disney's like, okay, we may have the top 3 films of the summer with Deadpool, Inside Out 2, and Planet of the Apes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Julie and James are. Oh, they're going to see it after Comic-Con. Okay, we'll try not to share anything. Opening weekend.
Yeah, you have to see a movie like this opening weekend for 2 reasons. One, you don't want everything spoiled for you because you know everything will be spoiled online. Mm-hmm. And you want to see this with its targeted audience.
Yeah.
And not those bumbling fools who want to just text throughout a whole movie.
Exactly. Also, Pixie Dusted Traveler definitely in the theater. We can't wait. So now I'm going to share. Ryan Reynolds mentions why you should see this in the theater.
Collective effervescence is basically when you get to experience a kind of elation that can only happen in a group or a shared experience, an environment where you're. And movie theaters, since I was as small as I can remember, have been a temple of collective effervescence. And so seeing a movie, especially one like this, that is quite literally built as a fastball of joy, that is built for audience delight, that its sole purpose for being written and produced and created was joy. Disney may say money or something about capitalism, But really, genuinely, from our perspective, everyone sitting right here, it's joy, and that is joy best experienced on a bigger the screen, the better.
Can I add something? I think also the movie is funny. There's huge action. It's massive. It's all those things you want, but it's also about friendship. And I think going to a cinema, whether it's a friend or just someone close to you, I think I know it's going to be an experience that you're going to want to enjoy with others. And as you said, in the temple or whatever that is, our modern day temple, going to a cinema, I think that with friends or people close to you is going to make this experience the best.
Yeah. Yes and no. After the first like 2 weeks,
right? Then you get the annoying
the people who just some reason cannot go 30 seconds without being distracted by their phones.
Exactly. All right, so that is all the Deadpool that I wanted to share. Deadpool and Wolverine. I will be putting out a post probably on Tuesday about like a review / press conference post.
Okay.
About that. Yeah, because we're gonna see it tomorrow night. Excited.
When's the embargo for the reviews?
It's Tuesday, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Tuesday. So yeah, everyone watch out. Reviews are Tuesday. But we gave you a little primer there, so hopefully that'll help.
Yeah, I think an important primer.
Yeah.
Things you should know before going in.
Yes.
Things you ought to know. Things you ought to know.
All right. So that is everything there. Oh, Mark's leaving. Thank you, Mark. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So before we wrap things up, anyone in the Sky chat or the Instagram chat have anything that you want to share?
Yeah, you can either post a comment or we are putting a link to StreamYard down below and you can actually come on screen if you have a Chrome browser. All right, I put the link there. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, who wants to share what?
Something you've maybe got this past week
or saw
or recommend, or if you want to plug like a Comic-Con something coming up, anything you want to plug, let us know.
As long as it falls under the category of things.
Things, pop culture things.
Yes.
Things.
You want to talk about Biden stepping down from the presidency at the end of this term? Yeah. No.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Glenn
there
is
he is,
here.
Mr. Glenn Stein.
Welcome, Glenn. Oh, okay.
Oh. Hey, Glenn.
Okay, hello. Yeah, sorry, I had to mute the other stream. I haven't figured out a way to do that.
No problem.
Before you start talking to me, because you talked to me too so quickly. Well, I said the thing I would share was my Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider, #1, which I actually am still I'm missing 4 of them because for some reason Unknown Comics hasn't sent me those issues yet, even though they're all out. Everything I ordered in that order. I ordered a big order because they're offering like 55% off or something like that. So I got them there instead of like my local comic shop. But this is the stack. This is all the same book.
Oh, but they're different covers, so they're like
different covers. Like this is
it's like the multiverse.
Oh
it's
no!
Comic variants.
Mark Brooks. This is Pablo Villalobos. And this is Jenny Frison.
Okay.
And then this is a 1 in 25, I think, version of the Lobos cover. And there's a 1 in 50, or maybe it's 1 in 100 of the Frison cover. And then this was a special. This was a surprise variant. They didn't announce it. You couldn't buy it in advance. Each store only got 1. So even if you're like Midtown Comics in New York, which has thousands and thousands of customers, or you're my local shop that has like, 100 customers or 50 customers or whatever, you got 1 copy.
Wow.
So like at my local comic shop, this was 20, they put $24.99 on it. But like Midtown Comics has 1 copy for hundreds of people. There it's like $150 or something from them. It's kind of a weird thing that they do. Okay, and these are the retail exclusive variants, and most of these have a trade dress where it has the name of the issue on it, and then one with not. This is I got 616 Comics by Ivan Talavera. We got Nathan Surdy. covers. All right, this is the last. This is actually the last one that I got because they had a. This one actually came in the past couple of days because they had a printing error the first time. I had to get them reprinted. This is David Baldi on like a city variant because you can see the city, and then there's tiny Ghost Spider.
Nice.
All right, this is Leslie Lee, who has the Lyrics nickname. I don't understand how those work, but there's no version of this one yet. I figure it might become a convention exclusive or something like that. There's some missing numbers in the code. All right, this is Greg Horn, who has his ramen cup variants. Now the trade dress is just Gwen, and then the version that's readily available has Peter Parker Spider-Man looking through the window at her. Okay. But he also has a store variant that is Miles Morales looking through the window. But I had him sign that and send it off for grading, so I don't know exactly when I'll get that.
All right, so Glenn, why don't you pick out your favorite one and show us that?
Like 3 more left. There's
okay.
Ariel Diaz.
Nice.
J. Scott Campbell. And then this is the second printing. So this actually covers one of the ones that I didn't have before. Is there has the foil cover, but they reprinted the second printing flat. And then this is a version of the main cover, which is a 1 in 25 variant, which become very hard to get because it's hard enough to get the 1 in 25 when you're ordering all the issues of the first printing for everybody, but you have to order 25 of the second printings, which most places won't do. So it's a lot harder to get those.
Okay.
That's what I have. And hopefully I know Comics will send me one, and Greg Horn will send me my other one sometime soon.
Nice.
But that's what I got.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Glenn. All right. Well, you'll have to join us next week and show off some more of what you found. All right.
Well, hopefully more of the books will come, but they haven't been shipped yet.
Cool.
So,
all right.
All right. Well, thank you.
Ignore my email so far.
Okay. Thanks so much. All right. Also, we have some people joining us on Instagram who wanted to share. So Michael Corbett says they don't want to come on screen, but Michael Corbett says got to meet Bob Gurr again in person. He is the Imagineer who came up with the Doom Buggies and all of that, along with Peggy Ferris. I don't know who Peggy Ferris is. I'm sorry. But also, and Bambi Moe. Oh, were you at the mouse meet? You must have been at the mouse meet up in the Pacific mouse meet. That's awesome. Yeah, that's happened this weekend.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it just ended. And Pixie Dusted Traveler says, met the designer for the purple wallpaper in the Haunted Mansion today. Oh my gosh. Tanya McKnight Norris at the Waltz Barn 25th anniversary celebration. And that was today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes
that's amazing. And that technically is not the wallpaper art. It's the Muppets version of it.
I realized I was like, is that Gonzo?
Yeah, it's the Muppets version of it, but close enough.
Yeah. And sometime this week, if I can get it done, we have a Waltz Barn video where we got a special private tour.
That's right. Oh my gosh. We still haven't shared that one.
No, and I was working on it this morning, but then everything else came along.
It's been crazy.
So
it's been
coming very, very soon. Yeah, I got once again a private tour of Waltz Barn.
Wow.
A personal tour.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing, you guys, on Instagram. So do you like us going live on Instagram as well? I mean, come to YouTube or Facebook, but I just like different options for different people. And that would be great.
Yeah.
Yes, the PNW Mouse Meet. Peggy was with the company for 50 years and was a former Imagineer. Wow. So they met Peggy. That's awesome. That is so cool. Peggy Ferris. Cool. All right. Well, are you guys going to be sharing content from the Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet? Because if you are, I'd like to know where to go to find that stuff. Like where things filmed, stuff like that. Let us know.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Michael Corbett.
Yes. So next week, next week, let me see. Are we going to do it? Not on Sunday. It's definitely going to be probably Monday that we're going live, right?
The 29th?
Oh, no, because Monday night we're going to be at...
Yeah, so we may have to
Scum and
skip
Villainy.
next week's things we want to share.
Yes.
We'll be doing the virtual cantina tour.
At Scum and Villainy. We might try to go live, but it's not going to be it probably won't be very live friendly because we'll be in a building. It'll be dark. If we try to go live at Scum and Villainy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it may not be the things we want to share
Yeah.
like we have here, but maybe we can share a little bit. We can walk around doing a little live thing.
Yeah.
Maybe things we want to share at Scum and Villainy.
Yes. That would be fun. Okay. All right, Skywalkers. Well, thank you for joining us this week for Things We Want to Share.
Things we want to share. Things we want to share. Things we want to share.